Hello, welcome back to my channel. It's a Sunday afternoon. I'm doing a few different things. I have my ice maker going. I usually run it for several hours and then fill up a bag or two like this to keep in the freezer. I just reused the same bag until it kind of starts ripping or something. And now I'm mixing some eggs. We actually went out for a nice little family breakfast together somewhere near where my husband works. The girls got pancakes and I got eggs Benedict. And my husband got a full Irish breakfast. And now I'm making, and then we went to Smith's and the girls each got a micro mellow. And yeah, now I'm just mixing up some eggs. So I work in the airport, so like when it's your break time. And if you're hungry, which I'm usually starving, I'm working a lot of 4 a.m. shifts, but regardless, even if it's 5 a.m., 6 a.m., I'm just very hungry. Person in the morning for breakfast. Obviously buying food out can be pricey. And then in the airport, it's a tiny bit pricier. I actually find that I feel like Dublin airport isn't that much more expensive to buy things in the airport compared to like other airports or in the States or something. But anyways, nevertheless, I'm paying a lot of money for my parking. Essentially, no, I can't get the bus to work. And that was never, I took this job because they told me I would have employee parking for sure, but yeah. But I'm paying a lot of money to park. It's always better to bring in your own food, but for other various reasons, I really need to be cutting back. So what I'm doing is I'm cooking some bacon and then I'm making eggs and I have bagels. I'll lightly toast them and then add some cheese and I'm making breakfast sandwiches that I can just put in the fridge. You can probably freeze them too. I think I'll be okay for the next few days to just keep it in the fridge, I think for a few days and bring it in as I go. Yeah, I'm gonna like kind of cook this like an omelet style and then cut it and just set it on my little bagel sandwich. I did this once last week. I actually forgot the sandwich, but then I just came home and ate it after work. It was delicious. We got our attic tanks cleaned just a few days ago. What was it, Friday? And that felt really good. I got some feedback from the guy that was doing the water tanks that was just, well, helpful and validating because like, I'm pretty sure I said in my last video, sometimes I feel like, I don't know, actually no. I like my house the way I like my house and I'm allowed to do that. It's like, brings me inner peace and it's just like how I like my house. So I don't really have to explain that to anybody, but I do like knowing like, dang, I was right. Those were pretty dirty. Those hadn't probably been cleaned in 15 years. Like that's what he guessed. So, and they didn't have lids ever. And it should have a lid. I don't know. I guess as human beings, I think we all like being validated sometimes. So it seemed like they did a pretty good job. One thing I was disappointed on, but I do think our water tanks are exceptionally big. I mean, that's what he said, and I do believe what he said, but he didn't get like an actual lid. He just went and bought like a plexi piece of plastic and just set it on top and like put one nail in it like on either side to keep it in place. And that might be okay, but it cost us 550 euro, and so there's that. I mean, they were just here for an hour, the two of them. But listen, everyone needs to earn a livable wage, so I don't want to necessarily like complain about the price too much, but what I'm trying to say is that I wish that they at least let me know, even of the possibility, like, so, because I did send them pictures, and I know you can't always tell by the picture, but I did send them measurements as well. And so if you've been doing it for like, decades, I don't know. I'm a big fan of transparency, and I know most people kind of don't care. I think I might care more than most people, but I like that I'm that way. But anyways, so I might think of things a little more thoroughly. Anyways, feels really good to have that done. And then we happened to ask him, I wanted to say, on my last video, I talked about sorry if I'm boring. I've got a few like rude comments lately, but like you can click out of the video if my voice is annoying or I'm annoying or I can't make a long story short. Like it is YouTube, people talk for a little longer. I do know I talk a lot, and I even said that in the last video where somebody told me I was annoying and somebody also told me that like I need to make a long story short. What's funny is like that was my third take in my last video, literally to make it shorter because I know it can be annoying. But anyways, so like at least I'm self-aware. Where was I going? Okay, maybe you guys have a point. Ooh, my bacon. Just checking on my bacon. My point was in my last video when I was saying how we have a bunch of black mold in our attic, essentially. I think we have a leak from our roof. I don't know if there's two things going on, or the leak from the roof is kind of spreading throughout all because mold grows. But I do think it's kind of a combination of things. Basically, I do think we need, the bottom line is better air ventilation in our house, which we can tackle and we can get people to install things, so that's fine. But I was talking about potentially getting the spray insulation, and two people were like, do not get that. Like, very passionately don't, which I'm so thankful for. And honestly, a part of the reason why I wanted to post that video is because it's a bonus that I can get feedback from people. So I looked into it further. The things I found on the internet confirmed what the concerns of the people that commented said. And then talking to the guy that was doing our attic tanks, he also confirmed the same thing. So the spray foam insulation, not a good idea. It can actually contribute to mold, condensation. Your joists can rot. You absolutely cannot remove it. It's next to impossible to remove. People don't want to buy houses with it. It can just be, there's just actually a lot more, I think, negatives than positives. I'm gonna go. That's because I've done enough talking already. Just the rest of our Sunday, I think we're just gonna chill out. I have to work 4 a.m. tomorrow, so I'll get to bed kind of nice and early. Maybe we'll watch a Christmas movie. Molly wants to go back to Smith's and she still has some of her birthday money, so she wants to buy another little micro squishmallow. We need to get some more food for our hamster. We went to stop at the pet store on the way home from breakfast, but they were not open yet. Maybe we'll get us out of the house one more time. Hey everybody, I'm just checking in really quick. I just got home from work. I worked 4 to 11, so it's around noon. I did have something quick to eat, and we had a mold specialist who really seemed, they had good reviews, so he really seemed to know his shit. So he treated the mold that I talked about in a previous video. I think it was my last video. That was in our playroom behind our dryer, but it was caused from a leak, essentially from our boiler. It was one of the pipes became disconnected from an adjoining pipe. Yeah, so he treated that. He had a look all around our house. We're gonna get 2 extractor fans into our bathrooms upstairs because we don't have those. We should. And I think it's kind of a silly thing, like, yeah, you should have them. The house didn't have them. When we got our bathrooms redone maybe 6, 7, 8 months ago, and I'm finding it kind of interesting that like maybe the guy that redid our bathrooms didn't even mention, like it's one thing if he and his men that help him install our bathrooms couldn't do the extractor fans. I felt like, I'm kind of surprised now maybe he didn't mention like having those done at the same time we were getting our bathrooms redone. But whatever, I'm not saying that's his responsibility, but even that we just had our bathrooms done, and yeah, they didn't say anything. I guess sometimes you don't, like, if they weren't there, you just figured, well, I guess maybe they didn't need to be. You just assume that like, you can trust the people that built your house, but I knew that not to be the case because these houses had pyrite in them that had been remediated before we bought it. I was really just popping on here to say, yeah, the mold guy came. I'm feeling a lot better about things. He checked out our attic too, and kind of, there's not a leak in the roof, so that's good. I don't know if anyone wants an update, but this is the picture that I found concerning. And that white tube that you see there is connected to another tube that's going down, and that is like ventilation or extraction or something to do with the bathrooms. And actually, like, so I guess when the toilets flush, it helps, like, I don't know, don't quote me, but the main thing was that the 2 tubes that are supposed to be connected to each other one was just kind of lifted, and so the air and condensation. So he said the attic's not as bad as I thought it was. Yeah, he put those tubes back together and then just instructed us on what to do to keep them sealed more securely. Going pretty well, because I was quite concerned, if you watched my last video. And then, yeah, so I'm gonna have a quick nap. Gary and I, it's Thursday. He has Thursday and Friday off. We're gonna go into town, have dinner and drinks, and do a little bit of Christmas shopping, and the girls will stay the night at his parents'. So maybe I'll get some little bit of even montage clips of us doing that. Since I worked 4 to 11, I need to have a small nap because I wake up at 2:30 to start that 4 a.m. shift. Because that's all for now. See you in a bit. everybody. It's been several days since I last recorded anything for this video. We were out in town on Thursday night and now it's a Wednesday, so I wanted to pop on. I need to get it edited. I see my subscriber count very slowly, but still on the rise. So I don't know. I need to keep up with my videos. I say that just because I haven't been keeping up with them. I post barely once a month, probably more so once every 2 months. I need to do a Q&A because people have kind of requested that. Nothing crazy, but at least a handful of comments. So maybe I'll pop up a question box on my community page, so it would come up on people's YouTube home pages for your subscription page or something. So every time I'm thinking about waking up at 3:30 in the morning the next day for work, I'm like, I should be putting more energy into my YouTube channel. And I don't know, what am I doing? Because I like making videos and I won't even get into it. But I actually, well, I will say, I thought it was a good book. I just finished the book Manifest. I've been listening to audiobooks. I don't know if I said this in another video, but on Spotify with a premium account anyways, or when you pay for the Spotify service, not just the free version, at least not that I'm aware of, but audiobooks are included. So I listened to Loud by Drew F. Wallow several months ago. Actually, it was in the summer. I listened to, I'm gonna have to put it here. It'll be on the screen right now talking. I'm like, I think it's something about you are not your thoughts. Anyways, that's helpful for an overthinking, anxiety, sensitive, emotional girl. And then, and I just finished Manifest. So anyways, Manifest and even Loud, she actually briefly mentioned Manifest at the end of that. They were both just inspiring and motivational, makes me want to be more consistent with my YouTube again and stop letting like the fear of looking stupid hold you back. Well, I just thought I'd pop on because I need to finish this video and then I need to get it edited. I just got a ASOS order in the mail. It was just 2 things, but I just took them out and I really like them. So I just thought I would show. It's just a classic pair of like black little ankle boots. I like it because it's a blocky heel. They're not too tall. And then I like in particular that these ones aren't too chunky because there's a lot of nice chunky options out there, which are so cute. And that's normally that's what I was gravitating towards. And I actually bought a pair, but I wear a size UK 7, US 9, and sometimes a chunkier boot I feel like it just makes my feet look too big. So yeah, I went with these and I just tried them on and they fit, and I'm excited because sometimes I don't love shopping online, especially places that you can't return in store. If you have to pay to ship it back to return, it's just almost too risky. And I like to be a really mindful shopper for multiple reasons. Sometimes you can't. Sometimes it's hard to avoid like fast fashion brands. I'm not saying I'm perfectly mindful, but I want to make sure that they're things that I'm going to take care of, get a lot of wear of, and really last me. So these are kind of a staple that can last until they're too worn out. And then I'm super excited about this because I really wanted a jumper, a burgundy jumper, especially this time of year, but it's always a pretty color. And I had kind of browsed around and wasn't seeing anything that stood out. And then when I was looking for those boots, I saw this oversized, it's just the ASOS brand. It's kind of like, well, I think it did say like boucle, if I'm saying that correctly. And I kind of like the cute little neckline. And actually earlier today, I was excited to find at Boots that they have this brand. I'm going to put it right here because I'm not really sure how to say the second word. So it's a Korean skincare brand. And at Boots, there was, especially Boots has a lot of great options online. And I do notice that sometimes, but when I see something in store, I get even more excited because there are some really big Boots, but not necessarily near, like there's one in Liffey Valley Shopping Center. If you're from Ireland, that Boots is like, and it's huge and it has so many different brands. The one in Blanchardstown's decent, but yeah, then some of the others are small and they just can only hold so much. So when I saw the little end cap have K-Beauty favorites, I was excited because I tried the sun cream, the SPF from this brand before, and I think it's called Birch Lab, and they're just so good. The formulations are just so nice for an SPF. They're just lightweight. They just feel like a regular moisturizer. They're not like the sun creamy, like greasy or thicker or white cast or hard to rub in kind of texture. I think skincare formulations for SPF have come a long way as it is, but the Korean skincare just happens to be over the top good. So this is an eye cream and I want to try that. That's about all. I need to wrap up this video. I'm actually doing my best to not over talk I hope everyone's doing well. If you want to, you can subscribe to my channel because I appreciate it when you do, but no pressure. And I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.